want with us? Jacob demanded, struggling against the ropes tying his hands. Surely if you wanted us dead, you would have killed us by now, Wilhelm said, struggling against his own restraints. Their discourteousness made the colonel scowl even harder. General Marquis has requested your presence tonight, not to harm you, but to ask for your assistance, Colonel Baton said. But if I were you, I would change my tone so he does not change his mind. The Brothers Grimm looked at each other nervously. General Jacques Dumarquis was one of the most feared generals in the French Empire's Grande Armée. Just hearing his name sent shivers down their spines. But what on earth did he want with them? An undeniable musk suddenly filled the tent. The Brothers Grimm could tell the soldiers smelled it too, and grew tense from it, although no one mentioned it. Colonel, said a wispy voice from outside the tent. That is no way to treat our guests. Whoever it was had obviously been listening the entire time. General Marquis stepped into the tent from behind the candelabras, causing the flames to flicker from the sudden burst of air. The tent immediately filled with a strong, musky smell of his cologne. General Jacques Dumarquis? Jacob asked. For a man with such an intimidating reputation, his physicality was a bit disappointing. He was a short man with large gray eyes and big hands. He wore a large rounded hat that was broader than his shoulders, and several badges of honor were displayed on his tiny uniform. He removed his hat and placed it on top of the desk, revealing a perfectly bald head. He took a casual seat in the large cushioned chair behind the desk, neatly folding his hands over his stomach. Captain Delange, Lieutenant Rumber, please untie our visitors, General Marquis instructed. Just because we are living in hostile times does not mean we have to be inhospitable. The captain and lieutenant did as they were instructed. A pleasant smile appeared on the general's face, but it didn't fool the Brothers Grimm. His eyes were empty of compassion. Why have you forced us to come here tonight? Wilhelm said. We pose no threat to you or the French Empire. We're academics and authors. There's nothing to gain from us, Jacob said. The general gave a little laugh and then placed an apologetic hand over his mouth. That is a nice story, but I know better than that, Marquis said. You see, I have been watching you, Brothers Grimm, and I know that, like all your stories, there is more to you than meets the eye. Donnez-moi le livre! The general snapped his fingers, and Colonel Baton retrieved a large book from inside the desk. He dropped it with a thud in front of the general, who began flipping through its pages. The Brothers Grimm instantly recognized the book. It was theirs. Does it look familiar? General Marquis asked. That's a copy of our book of children's stories, Wilhelm said. Oui. The general didn't look up from its pages. I am a major admirer of yours, Brothers Grimm. Your stories are so imaginative, so merveilleux. Where did you come up with all these stories? The Brothers Grimm looked at each other cautiously, still unsure what he was getting at. They are just fairy tales, Jacob said. Some are original, but most are just folk tales that have been passed down from generation to generation. General Marquis slowly nodded as he listened. But passed down by whom? He asked, and slammed shut the book of stories. His pleasant smile faded, and his gray eyes darted back and forth between the brothers. Neither Wilhelm nor Jacob knew what answer the general was looking for. By families, by cultures, by children, by their parents, by... Fairies? The general said, in total seriousness, not moving a single muscle in his face. The room went dead silent. Once the silence reached an uncomfortably long amount of time, Wilhelm looked at Jacob, and they both forced a laugh, making light of the assertion. Fairies? Wilhelm asked. You think fairies gave us these stories? Fairies aren't real, General, Jacob said. General Marquis' left eye began to twitch violently, which took the brothers by surprise. The general closed his eyes and slowly massaged his face until the spasms stopped. Forgive me, Brothers Grimm, the general apologized with another fake smile. My eye always begins to twitch when I'm being lied to. We aren't lying to you, General, Jacob said. But if our stories have convinced you otherwise, then you have given us the greatest of compliments.